Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Animal Crossing video. You have to get through 3 villager hunts. I hope you don't mind. I needed to get this out of the way so that I can start fixing up my island. I have terraforming now. Although, we might as well discuss the pros and cons of restarting your island. I know I did a video like that earlier, but my goodness. Just about every animal that we meet, by the way, we've met several times. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you will know the ins and outs of those critters. I was very happy to get terraforming until I realized I had to pay Nook miles just to get paths. All the different paths are, what is it? 1,000 Nook miles? 2,000 Nook miles? Something crazy like that. And I don't have the Nook miles. I do not have the Nook miles. So I'm at a loss. I do have water and land terraforming. That came with the package. But to get custom paths and regular paths, you have to buy each of them separately with Nook miles. And I only have about 30,000 Nook miles. So I don't quite know what to do. I haven't bought anything yet because I have to think about it. I do remember the last few times I just went ahead and bought them all because Cap'n wasn't a thing. And it's not that I use Cap'n a lot. I did have to use him once to get Rooster, so I have Rooster as well. But I'm a little disappointed in myself for not realizing it earlier that, my goodness, I need Nook miles for just about everything. I haven't even bought any of the hairstyles or eye colors. I think there are more. Well, I did buy the reactions. I think the reactions are fun. Well, you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't really use paths until I'm finished with everything. And the good part, because we always go good with bad, good with bad, I am making Nook miles in the beginning. My goodness, there's a Nook mile for everything. So I suppose as I'm going along, I could collect more and then not worry about it too much. I have 40 Nook mile tickets in my storage, but I only have 30,000 Nook miles. And that's as opposed to the bells that I have. I have so many bells, I don't even worry about expanding my house and paying off the loan. And it seems a lot of people, when they play practically any game, their ultimate goal is to amass a fortune. And I don't know that I've ever truly played a game that way. I'm more of a submersive gamer, I think, than an objective gamer. There are no goals. I'm not goal-oriented when I play a game. I want to explore the game, figure out the mechanics of the game, and then I want to see how I can derive the most fun out of the game. And for me, this game in particular is terraforming, villager hunting, and decorating the island. Other than that, it's just a daily routine to collect more Nook mile tickets. So when it comes to Nook mile tickets, I'm always in a quandary because it's like, what do I want to spend them on? What do I want to save it up? Should I get this? I really want this, but oh my goodness, 8,000 Nook miles for a statue? That's how I play, and I'm at this point in the game, it's like, oh my goodness. But as I mentioned, I have to keep reminding myself, right now you're just terraforming. You're moving the rivers. You're shifting the hills, and we gotta get all of my villagers are just crammed into the front of the island. including the shops. My river system is wacky, and I'll show that to you in the next video that I make, which is probably going to be all about the island. But oh my goodness, they congregate at the entrance to the airport. And then I realized too late. I had set up, it was pretty, the plaza entrance and the plaza clock and the plaza light. I had set all those in front of my plaza. And Nook's Cranny is right in front of that. And then there's the beach. There's just not too much room. And that was why they were all congregating. I had the little 2022 balloon arch in front of my airport. And I didn't even see half of them. One of my villagers was just sitting there reading a newspaper. On the other side of the arch, I didn't even see him there. I'm like, there you are. I haven't talked to you all day. But anyway, I had to move that plaza arch. The ones that have the lights on them, and they're the new ones from the update. So I chose Grizzly for my grump. I have a grump now. This is the second villager hunt that I have to go on. I had to get 10 islanders in order to have KK show up. I think it was 10 villagers for a 5-star, and I only have a 4-star at this point. But I ended up doing what I was supposed to do. So I moved those items aside, and now they're hanging out in the plaza, and they've set up the barbecue and the chairs, and they just sit there and relax. So that was my mistake, but I didn't have much of a choice because, like I said, everything is just crammed in this one little area. But I will, in the next video, I will show you my river system, and it is a mess. I have spent so many bells on the bridges. I made so many mistakes because the layout is confusing me, and I'm like, well, I need to get over on this side, but I can't put a bridge at the bottom where you normally do because the land is wonky. And so I went up by the museum and I set one down. I walked across it, and there's another river right there. And I was, oh no. And the thing is, I got out of the habit of leaving my map on. So I'm not familiar with the layout of my island at all. I mean, I run it on a daily basis to take care of it and gain Nook miles. But I have not got the layout of that island in my head, so I have to get a snapshot of it and just stare at it for a while. I also have no idea really yet what I'm going to do, how I'm going to transform it. I mean, I only know at this point that I got to get everybody out of the front of the island. It's the river system I have to work on first. And odd, I know, probably. For me, it's odd. Well, for me, it's normal. For everybody else, it would be odd. I feel kind of nostalgic about the original layout of the island, so when I start terraforming, I feel a little guilty about it. It's like, oh man, I'm ruining the natural environment. But my natural environment is so whack. I have no choice. I've got to do something. So I'm at that stage in my mind. How am I going to do this so that it works? How am I going to do this so that it looks nice? What do you guys feel about villager hunting after dark? Is this a good or a bad thing? It looks like you can see well enough, and then on the other hand, I'm like, man, oh man, it's kind of muting the color of these villagers that I'm visiting, eh? I don't know. I like it at dusk, and I like it at dawn. I don't know why, but I just do. So this was my second choice. She's my snooty. So I now have a grump and a snooty. I didn't have either of those. And that was supposed to complete my island. And the video could have stopped here. Gosh, I hope you guys don't mind this. However, when I got back from all this, someone asked to leave, and I didn't want to say okay, but I clicked on it by mistake. I always do that. Well, I don't always. The majority of the time I do. Pappy asked to leave. And he was my lazy villager who came from my daughter's island. Very cute horse. So I had to do this a third time to replace Pappy. My controllers are sticking. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but you move the one down and you assume that it worked. Excuse me. You assume that it worked. And so then you go ahead and click A or whatever the letter is, and you realize that it didn't move down. I have to pay such close attention that it's becoming frustrating for me. I like to just do it and go, do it and go, do it and go. I need to slow down, I guess. But I didn't want him to leave. I think he's cute. And having two lazies on an island isn't the end of the world. I've had that before. Also, the islands that they're giving me. Again, I think they come in threes. Now, this is weird. This is freaky. Before I went on this hunt, I kept thinking, should I just use an amiibo card and grab someone? Monica was my first choice, and Velma was my second choice, and then I ended up meeting them on this hunt. I'm like, is somebody spying on me? Because I had the cards right on my desk because I was comparing notes, staring at them, going, which one? They're both snooty. I have used Velma before, though, so I thought maybe I should go with Monique. And she ends up showing up here. Weird. So that's about where I'm at with the island, per se. I just really need to think long and hard. Where am I going to put everything? Where are the shops best? What part of these river systems should I delete? Or make in a different direction? I don't know. Should I have hills or should I make it a flat island? I think flat islands can get boring real quick. I don't know. Oh boy. There's a lot to think about. So again, that could be a con when you're restarting your island, because since 2020 you've had the same island and maybe you terraform it once in a while, but everything's there, everything's established. When you start over, you got to do all that thinking, brain work, and work all over again. I don't think I've ever met Cube. I'm trying to remember. It just has unfortunate eyes. Very unfortunate eyes. Oh well. Oh, I hope these aren't too boring for you guys. I keep telling myself to stop saying that. I want to make videos because I need to make videos. This is therapeutic. It keeps me from going insane and having to think about my reality. But at the same time, I would like to make them enjoyable for anybody who wants to watch them. And I don't know if I'm succeeding. So maybe in subsequent villager hunt videos, I could switch things up, maybe do it a different way. I don't know. I always want to do it live, but I just don't comment when I'm doing something live. I'm concentrating on where she's going, and then I see the villager and I stare at it going, well, should I or shouldn't I? And I don't know how thrilling that would be. And then here's cute Poppy. She's a normie and my final choice. She's going to replace Pappy. As always, I thank you so much for supporting my channel. Please subscribe if you're interested. Like the video, which would help me out a lot. Have an absolutely fabulous day. Bye-bye.